We're recording video now. Guys, you can watch this on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Please watch on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment.
Do all the bits.
I'm having fun with YouTube. I spoke with Connor Clayton, who is a YouTube expert.
Okay.
And he gave us some tips and tricks. We will be working with Connor down the line hopefully soon.
Interesting.
Crazy amount of work in YouTube.
Oh my
As in,
God.
like,
I actually meant to watch your
crazy.
YouTube video. I saw your snippet that you posted as a reel.
Which isn't enough.
But like that is editing, like the zoomy inny, the zoomy outy, because you have to keep your audience like engaged, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. But it's that. So yeah, like just 10 plus clips have to be done out of a podcast, like out of a hero piece, and then get 10 clips and then promote it across. It's just not. You can't Instagram. You can't schedule reels yet, which is annoying me.
No, you can't.
Because I would have it done in one day. But I'm setting alarms and reminding myself to post. I posted last night at 8:30.
Social media
and
managers.
it worked the best times as usual. I was messing with different times. Like 10:30 I was posting videos on Instagram because not Instagram but LinkedIn. What time do you post on LinkedIn?
I usually post lunchtime or early morning.
Yeah, early morning. I was like 10:30. People kind of see throughout the day.
I mean, excuse me, like 8 a.m.
When they're on the true English,
like
Jason.
first thing. So like think about what people do before they kind of like log into their laptop. They kind of get themselves mentally warmed up for the day. A little bit of LinkedIn, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So kind of early morning and then 1 o'clock-ish.
Yeah, I usually kind of go for lunchtime and early morning.
Okay. Follow us on LinkedIn if you're there as well. Content is King Podcast.
Yeah. Jay's actually playing a blinder with the old marketing, to be fair.
Well.
What is it, Jay? It's absolutely
stunning.
Into the mic, woman.
Sorry. Okay. Jay sent me a voice note that's 2 seconds long because he knows I love to say stunning. So he just sent me this 2-second voice note and it's literally giving me life. So basically, we all hope you have a
stunning
day.
Stunning. I found a guy last night. Oh, what is his name? It's on my phone. Do you know what?
No.
Give me a second there now, I'll get it. And I'm going to have to play it on the air because he is phenomenal. And it's like...
Who is he? What is it? You're giving us absolutely no information.
So, oh, Jesus, sorry. He's one of those people that just has a way with speaking. And I found it here, straight out the gate. I found it, and you're going to love it. Okay. If I can find the clip.
Again, it's literally, you said, I need to find this clip. I found it last night. It's of a man. He has a way with words. Again, very vague.
Correct.
We need more info,
it's gone. Can I log in? I can. What's my login? He's one of those people that speaks like Keira Knightley. It's on Celebs Go Dating on Channel 4. I don't know if you've watched this.
No.
I'm not a fan of this.
Yes.
But
yes, I have watched it.
Have you? It's this Tom character who talks like this.
Oh, Tom. Yeah, I love Tom.
I love him.
I can listen to him all day and he comes out with the best things.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to play it for you.
Try and do it sexily. I don't think you realise how sexy you are. Oh, Mars, don't say that to me. I'll turn into a puddle. Talk about flossing.
I love him. He's brilliant.
From now, I only discovered him last night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't say that to me. I'll turn into a puddle.
like how he talks, and also it's so funny because like he talks so eloquently, but
amazing.
He comes out with such dirt.
Yeah.
Like it's such innuendo and such filth, and I'm like, but he just says it so eloquently that I'm like, wait a minute.
Have you seen his Instagram? It's like word of the day, and it's just him talking like saying of the day.
He's fantastic.
And just goes in. I'm a fan.
Him.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I followed.
fab.
I liked.
Yeah.
Instagram. Diving straight in. What the fuck you doing with all the ads, bro? Oh my God. Have you seen this? Has that happened to you yet? No?
Well, I get ads a lot, so...
Every second story is an ad.
Well, yeah.
And it's the most random shit, like...
But have you noticed that your story views have also kind of increased? Yeah.
Kind of. Small bit.
It goes up and down like a roller coaster.
Small bit.
But...
No, it could be the content I'm putting out.
I mean, if I post it... no, it has... story views have increased, encouraging people to create more, encouraging people to watch more, encouraging more advertising.
I know, but come on.
Bada bing, bada boom. Actually,
they're advertising to me to get hair transplants. I'm like, lads, have you seen the Lush?
You could literally clean a floor with your head, like.
The Lush I have on my head, like.
Yeah, you
but
have
it's
good hair.
So bad. It's so bad.
Well, I think it's because, like, honestly, a couple of ads that I've ran recently, have mostly spent on stories, like, because I do I do placement optimization.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting one that, like, it's trumped even for conversion. It's trumped. But that's not to say
crazy.
that's the same for everyone, but it is obviously that the frequency is higher now on stories.
Yeah, I put it out on our TikTok, on our Instagram stories. I was like, lads, who else is being bombarded? And everyone's like, yeah, me. There's like one person out of like 50 or 40 people responded like, yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, it's insane.
Because it's actually quite effective as an advertising placement.
Do you know what? If they're probably better quality ads, maybe
Well, if
that's
they
the
were
problem.
better targeted.
Yes,
if
but
you're
they
getting-
obviously can't with iPhone. They're just kind of, because they can't track us and stuff, do you know? So they're just kind of throwing out everything. Like, they're throwing generic age ads at me. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Male, 35, 34. I'm 34.
Well, that's true. Yeah, their demographics are obviously a little bit.
Throwing it out and that's it.
Yeah,
That's what it seems to be to me.
If you're seeing a lot of repetition, I'm seeing a lot of repetition with some ads. Like, keep an eye on your frequency. So,
Okay.
like, frequency is something you can see in Ads Manager. And I just feel like I'm being served a lot of the same ads a lot of the time.
Even though you're not interacting.
Exactly. And I just feel like now some of these are even bigger brands and I'm like, what is their frequency cap? Because, like, you could hit someone, like, your frequency can go up to like any number. So you're actually just wasting your money. So I would say put a frequency cap. Depending on your budget, put a frequency cap on your ads, because it's just going to keep showing it to the same people over and over again.
Would
and
you say
they're going to be
ballpark
like,
idea
I'm
of
not interested.
twice a week, 3 times a
Well,
week?
okay, so if you have, like, if let's just say you go for brand awareness as your objective and then you choose awareness as your optimization, then you have like a set budget and you want to reach at least 50% of your audience, but you want them to see your ad. Like with brand awareness, it's more that you want them to see your ad more than just once so they can actually recall it. So I'd be looking at a frequency cap there of maybe 3 or 4. But if you have a huge budget
In the timeline of the campaign.
yeah. Oh, so like I try to aim for about like 2 to 3 times in a week that someone sees it.
Yeah.
But like that, I cap it then if they've seen it 3 to 4 times in total. That's it. Cap it. Because you could literally serve the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and be wasting your money. And because obviously you can't like exclude some certain custom audiences with like iOS targeting and things like that, then you're like you can't say for sure that, oh, these people have already been on my website or these people have already interacted. So you kind of have to be smart using frequency caps and like rules and stuff like that. So
Starting off heavy, but in a marketing sense.
yeah, like speaking of Ads Manager,
Yeah, you came in hot. You came in hot.
oh baby,
You came in hot today.
like so many changes. So I've a monthly call with my Meta partner and they were like, oh, BTW, we're changing a lot of stuff. So I won't get into like too nitty gritties, but basically like lookalikes are basically becoming not like they're not going to be the thing to do anymore because they actually don't target any iOS users, even though they're based on behavioral and demographic matching. Don't even get me started yet. Like a lot of the DPA, and the conversion metrics are all moving into a sales objective. So again, all of your campaigns that are using those ads are becoming null and void. Thanks Facebook, thanks Instagram, thanks Meta. And there's like, there's a few other changes as well that we went through and I was like, I'm just going to digest these. And now all of my March campaigns are like completely changed because of it. And like even for like there's a new thing called Conversion API. It's a new integrative approach into like tracking and targeting and like being able to optimize and being able to see your results. So that's going to be pushed now on everyone's account. So remember like with the iOS update kind of last year and like all the new updates that we had to get like domain verification in Business Manager. So everyone's domain had to be verified in addition to all people on Business Manager being verified and 2-factor authentication on their accounts. Now Conversions API is going to be the new thing. They're going to be like, you can't use your pixel the way it is anymore. You need to change to Conversion API. And it's fine if you have an integration like WooCommerce, Shopify and all the bits that are like easy plugins, But when you have a custom build or a coded website, ooh, baby.
Yeah.
She's a nightmare. So yeah, so it's a little bit busier on my front this month now, getting like my client accounts ready to go and getting all of that ready to go. And I suppose it's just a heads up for people that there is more changes coming to Ads Manager. Like your interface
Can you give
is
an
going to
example?
change.
You told me an example of the rejections you're getting.
Oh, well, that's, yeah. So like that's another thing is like, there is obviously a lot of updates coming. With that comes glitches. I've seen a lot of glitches in my ads manager, especially with like uploading media. It keeps crashing. It keeps like not uploading a certain media. Then I'll rename it in my account, like the file name, and then it will upload that. So weird.
So basically, if you are planning to do a campaign, do it early in case you have to go through these problems.
See, that's the thing. Or like if you're running campaigns now, I would start to kind of think about these new changes that are coming in, especially if you're doing like month campaigns. But keep an eye, because you will be prompted in Business Manager, in Ads Manager about all of these. So like there is like usually there's an alert that comes on your account to be like, you need to do this. So there's that, which is phenom. But like those changes have actually started to come into effect for my US and my UK based clients that I've been doing campaigns for, because you're not seeing the direct conversion like to the number anymore. So that's why we're putting in APIs for them. Like basically, we've been kind of doing it for a bit now, but we've been plugging that in earlier because changes kind of take effect in accounts in different countries first. So I log into like one client's business manager and it looks completely different to another client's business manager. So all these changes are en route. But yes, sorry, I will stop talking now in a minute.
No, you're fine. Jesus, not at all. That's what I'm saying. I'm annoyed at it myself. Like,
yeah, but the rejection.
I'm lucky I don't do it anymore. But yeah, go on.
The rejections, lads, on Facebook and Instagram ads, like it's like I'm dealing with one now, and it's basically rejecting a Mother's Day ad that I'm running for a retail client, because it says that I'm selling hand sanitizer or any
And in the
products.
image, is there a bottle of something, or is there...
It's literally face cream. It's face cream. Like, and I've ran an ad with a similar type of design, a similar type of product, using the same kind of language. There's no mention of sanitizer, no mention of hand, no mention of COVID, no mention of anything. And it was rejected.
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff about like landing pages. Like if your landing page has a pop-up on it, so like if it says like sign up to get 10% off, blah, 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 that can also get rejected because it's like forcing a pop-up on people. Like if your image has arrows on it, if your image tells people what to do.
Do you know what? It seems like they've gone back to the old days. Remember the old days where it used to break your heart uploading to Facebook ads? Excuse me. We just had to burp on this podcast. I love that we just burp randomly.
We?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember way back, it used to be such a heartache to do a Facebook campaign. And they fixed it. They got rid of the glitches. We were like, yay. And they're like, nah.
Like,
you had it good long enough.
It's just this week it was heartbreaking, and like I like usually would send an email to like the clients that I do paid campaigns for, being like, here's what's coming up, or here are the latest updates or whatever, and like it broke my heart to be like, so I know our return on ad spend has been phenomenal, but there's a lot of changes coming, so let's see how we get on.
That's going to end pretty soon.
So like that's the thing, I mean, we're still going to get results, but it's going to be a lot harder to 100% say this is the exact like value of the return or like the revenue that was driven. So it's a lot of like, I will be working a lot more with like Google Tag Manager, a lot more with like assisted conversion in analytics, because like usually paid social gets that kind of like, oh sure, it didn't really drive sales, but then when you look at assisted conversions, if you're using like proper tracking, you can be like, actually
but you know what?
Did.
Do you know what's shit? You're in this space for years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Larry. I own a plumbing shop.
Plumbing shop?
And I want to...
Do you sell plumbers?
I sell plumbers and plums. Plumbers who plumb.
Plumbers who eat plums? Plumbers who give you plums.
And... What is it? What would that be called? It's not plumbing.
What are you trying to say, Larry?
That Larry...
What's up, Larry?
Is going to say, I want to do some Facebook ads.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a fucking chance. Like, unless he hires someone professional like you, or someone who, like, unless he deep dives and spends 10 to 15 hours learning about Facebook ads. I thought they're trying to make this easier for people to come in and just, obviously they want people to boost posts and just spend money. Like,
that's exactly what they want to do, Jay.
And then...
Yeah. They want people to be like, here's our quick 3-step method to an ad. And they're like, da-da-da-da-da. And look, I mean, I know I hate boosting posts. I hate people who promote, not hate people, but I hate promoted posts. You just don't get the value back. They're really hard to track, and they're just, like you can't really properly set an objective and you can't do all of the bits, right? But they are a quick fix for people, right? Especially business owners who,
It's like, do you know what I mean?
like especially business owners who are like busy in their business and they're like, promote that's grand. So like, it's not like, yes, it is a case where like if you really did want to invest in your paid social, which you will, and like TikTok advertising is massive, and I know I brought that up last week as well, but it really is like, I would encourage you to start doing it and just start creating content for it. Oh my God, a client sent me, I was very honest with them, but they sent me their creative for a TikTok ad, and it was a branded video, like fully produced. And I was like, no. I was like, we need to native this up because it looks way too like an ad. Like you want to be scrolling through your TikTok and be like, oh
who's that
wow,
lady?
that's an ad. Like, anyway, sorry, I won't even go down that route now. But like with Ads Manager, it is changing. But like that, like even myself and people I know who work in my line of work with ads, like we are always busy, like we're always at capacity because there's always that demand for paid ads.
Yeah.
But like I do train, that's why I'm like, I do training with people. I do like one-to-ones and I do it in their ad account. So I find that people get more value out of it because we log into their Ads Manager. I show them how to do it. They have the knowledge of how to do it, and then they drive on themselves and then come back to me when they need it. But it's like, I was only thinking like, because I was going to create this big batch of like pre-recorded content, and like I might go down that route again, I'm not sure. But like, imagine having just recorded a pre-recording of how to use my Ads Manager.
Published a course.
And you've just like launched it, and now you have to be like, wait a second, wait a damn minute. There's
definitely people out there who've done it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's dangerous to create like I always say, never write a book on social media, because the minute that you start,
or SEO,
never, like literally never, like I'm like, never write a book on how to when it comes to social media and digital marketing, because it's going to be out of date by the time you start your second chapter. So like I always say that like with that, you know, pre-recorded courses are so handy for people, not just to sell but also to do, because they can do it along with it. And I've pre-recorded stuff for other businesses before, but I'm like, I was just thinking of the people who have just recorded like a course on Ads Manager, and now they have to be like, shit, everything's different. So like, for even like our fellow social media managers
who buys that course,
our fellow social media managers and all that stuff, like just don't do a course yet on Ads Manager or on Business Manager, because it's changing so much.
Wait till about Q3, Q4 even.
Like I think now is a safe enough time to do like, we'll say like Reels course or even a TikTok course, because they're kind of settling into the way that they are, and they're just going to have additional features. But I was only thinking, because like I was actually, this month I was going to launch just something similar to that now, like just a pre-recorded thing. And I was like, I'm so glad that I didn't, because it's all changing. And it turns you off doing these things. So that's why I'm like, I prefer live training. I prefer like going and tailoring it to the client, because like then I'm like, here's what it looks like for you. So let's work with what you have. So
if you do want to learn a bit about all that kind of stuff and you are kind of lost in that world and don't understand where to start, there's a guy on YouTube I really like called Benjamin Mangold. His page is called Loves Data. I don't know why you haven't seen him. Like, it's literally
all my kind of stuff.
Super easy. Son of a bitch. Super easy to use or follow. Like, and he's
Benjamin from Loves Data here. Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at an update.
Simple.
It's
almost ASMR.
Configure website conversions.
Does sound quite good.
But he's very good. I've got lost. I've got down rabbit holes in his stuff, and I've learned a lot of him. So I definitely recommend. Like even the Google Tags Manager, he's fantastic at that. He'd show you all that step by step.
Yeah.
And it's all free on YouTube. It's just going to cost you time. So do invest your time in this kind of stuff, because if you're hiring someone, would you not like to know as well if they're bullshitting you or not? In the back end, like, do you know what I mean?
That's
just
like
a rough idea of, I think that kind of feels off because I know this, this and this.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, I actually did. I gave a workshop during the week on like basically website SEO and Google Ads, and like as part of the course, it's like a warning for people working with website developers. Like I'm so lucky and grateful that since launching my consultancy, like the people I work with for web development are angels, and I hold them close to my chest. I'm like,
Totally.
I'm like, don't get too busy. Like, please don't ever stop doing this. Because I've had nightmares of website developers that I've worked with in the past as well. And like, it literally is like, they will take advantage of you.
Yeah.
They will take advantage of your ignorance. So like a lot of people who do these courses with me, they're like, they feel like they can chat to the web developers. And like, I've gotten feedback being like, yeah, okay, my website developer is actually doing what I want them to do now. Or like, since I've started becoming more aware of like SEO and like getting the likes of like Google Search Console and like looking at it myself, then I feel more confident working with a web developer. Because like, these are small business owners, and like, I mean, anyone in our industry could take advantage of that. Because
I had a client come to me. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, it's so easy to like, to just be like, yeah, that's fine, you do what you got to do, and you know, they charge you a fortune, and then you don't know what they do, or you have no kind of understanding, or like,
you don't know what's good or bad. You'll say yes or no. Like, I had a client come to me last year when I was kind of humming and hawing on my offerings, what I was doing and stuff, and he said, look, can you build websites? And I was like, yeah, I build websites. And he's like, my website developer has just ghosted me.
Yeah.
I have no access.
Yeah.
I have no way to get into the new website. I have no way to do anything. We need to change the menu. We need to change this. We need to change that. I was like, Jesus. Like, that's it. And the guy is still there. He's still working. He's still doing websites for people. He just doesn't want to talk to this client anymore. It's like, that's not how this works.
No, but it's so weirdly common with web development, because like I always say, I'm like, if you have a Shopify website, a WordPress website, a Magento website, a WooCommerce website, you can do some edits yourself. Like, you don't need to always like ring a developer, and like they're like lawyers nowadays. They're like, oh, that call was about an hour, that's €250, and you're like, what the hell? I was just asking you a question. So like that, you know, it's just, I just feel sorry for these kind of business owners who, you know, who have these kind of, we'll say, web developers that are like doing ongoing maintenance for them, and they're charging them like nearly $1,000 or $1,500 for continuous maintenance. And what are they doing?
Do you think people should kind of take matters? See, a lot of it's a stupid question. It isn't a stupid question. It is like, there's the idea of Wix and Squarespace where people can build their own websites from. But then obviously if they have e-commerce, they can't. Well, they can do that and that kind of stuff, but it's obviously it's a bit more in depth. I was going to say, would you recommend it? But there's no point recommending, because it's every person's different and every need is different for a website. But I definitely would, if you are looking to do a website, I would definitely look at the idea of Squarespace and Wix if it's kind of a generic.
100%. My consultancy website is Squarespace, but it's Squarespace e-commerce. And it's really, like, for me, I find now, I recommend it for people like me, but I don't recommend it for actual like big e-commerce businesses. But yeah, Wix, WordPress, they're so easy to use. Like, even Wix is like a block build, use the templates. Like, I used Squarespace with a client before, and that's why I used it for my own consultancy when I was setting it up, because I found it like easy to integrate with Black Knight for hosting and DNS and all that stuff. I found it like really easy to integrate and like do edits. And then the commerce section for me, because I don't necessarily sell products, I sell like workshops or I sell training or whatever it is. I found that easy because I would only have like 5 or 6 offerings at one time.
To put that to Joe Soap, had you experience in website building before you built the site yourself?
Yeah.
So...
Well, yeah, I did, because I don't say it, but I can build websites and edit websites. And
well, I know my stepmom had no experience, and she built her entire website on Squarespace.
Yeah,
or even loved the experience, because she kind of just she was so proud of it after what she did after it and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I know people who like when they come to me and they're like, I need a website, but I have no budget, and I'm like, do you have time? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, build it on Wix. Like and then I'm like, just use the drag and drop, and then I'll do some SEO, and then I'll help like analytics, and I'll, you know, make sure that it's basically functioning for you. And like, I'll set up your hosting and all that stuff. But again, I don't shout from the rooftops that I can do that, because
I know
everyone's like, build me a website.
Yeah, I know.
So wow, we are going down a lot of rabbit holes here, aren't we?
Though.
Ranty
That's okay.
holes, ranty
Our listeners are like, what is happening? Headlines, a few small little bites of headlines,
Yeah.
IGTV app has been and gone.
But the thing is,
It was more integrated into the back end of Instagram,
just
wasn't it?
integrated anyway.
Yeah.
The only time I ever used the actual IGTV app is when when Instagram was being glitchy with IGTV.
I know.
That's the only time.
Or when you have to upload a 60-minute plus or up to 60-minute video is when I used to use it. But
Yeah, I haven't had the IGTV app in a long time.
do we need 10-minute videos on TikTok?
Yes, and I'll tell you for why, Jay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I find that there are certain creators that I could listen to for as long as possible. So you know the way a lot of creators use their TikToks to drive traffic to their YouTube channel. So sometimes, like, if people are doing when people are doing like hauls and people are doing like makeup tutorials or whatever it is, 60 seconds to 3 minutes isn't a massively long time. And if you're doing something that is giving people advice or giving people tips and you want to use just the TikTok platform because you know there is a drop off rate anyway. But for me, Jay, you know I love my ASMR, you know I love my Reikis, I love my, like, you know, people who like give you advice, or like, you know, if you're learning something from someone and you're like, I could listen to them all day, or their information is so useful for me, then yeah, I'm all for 10-minute videos.
Yeah, it just, maybe to me, it's just the mentality of it to me is the 60-second to 3 minutes. And obviously most videos are under a minute. So the idea of longer form, I'm like, oh.
But you see, if you think about it, right, like, yes, there are going to be trends. Yes, they're going to be our short, like, funky audio, da-da-da-da.
It's not that it's going to take over, you're right.
But then there are these videos that, like, think about how you watch YouTube. Like, there are those creators that you're like, right, put them on, you know, chill out, whatever. Like, for me, there are those ones where, like, maybe I just love my goddamn TikTok, because my TikTok For You page is just like, it's just perfection. But and that's the thing, I could be like, 10-minute long video, not a bother.
Yeah, because she curated her feed.
Yeah, my For You page.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I do see what you mean now, and as well, there's no more of this. Like for part 2, they have to tell the full video because you have 10 minutes, and everyone got it. It's across the board. I got it on my profiles.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, and I know that for some people, it is a case of, like, I don't have 10-minute long videos. That's not, like, just because the option is there doesn't mean that you have to use it.
Yeah.
It's just that if you are creating longer form content, that you're not restricted. So if you are talking about, like, recommendations, educational, like, hauls, how-tos, whatever it is.
During the podcast.
I'm paying for parking. I just paid for my parking. But, like, if you are kind of giving, if you even find that 3 minute is restrictive, then the 10-minute videos are for you.
Yeah.
And if you do have a following and it is people who would like to sit down and watch that, because you know there are those TikTok people who they scroll. Whereas, like, sometimes I like to set my phone down and, like...
I saw a great TikTok of a guy who was like, he's in the toilet, he's going for a poo. He's
I hate that word.
But listen,
I hate it.
He was watching it, he was like laughing, and you heard the audio, and then he was washing his hands, and the audio was still playing. It's like that video you watched while in the bathroom, and he was drying his hands. It's the same audio, it's the same video playing over, because he obviously just put his phone down. I was like, that's so real.
It is actually the one that just repeats. And, like, that's what I do sometimes. If I'm literally, like, if I'm doing something in, like, my chalet, as I call it, like where I work at home, and, like, I'm doing something and, like, TikTok, because, like, that, I sometimes actually work with, like, TikTok open on my phone, and I'm kind of scrolling as I'm doing a bit of work. It's my background noise.
I saw a thing that you can do, and
that it just scrolls, an auto scroll.
Yeah, accessibility. So it's like you say, Siri, scroll. Yeah, scroll and scroll.
Oh,
so if you go accessibility in settings, and then obviously you can say voice command, and just say scroll, and just scroll automatically.
Jay, you need to create a reel on that, or I will. Here's a tip that I've learned today. Just edit it out of the podcast, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, Muriel, you're so smart!"
Like that time you showed the I face palmed. I did when you showed when you hold the the spacebar turned into a mouse.
Yeah, Jay.
I was like,
yeah, but Jay, no one knew that.
No one knew that.
You knew it.
I was so surprised that no one knew it.
But okay, full disclosure,
It's
Jay
one of your
didn't
most
tell me, and
watched
I didn't
it's one of your
steal his.
most watched videos. Like,
I didn't steal that content from Jay. I realised it one day, but when I posted it on my reels, Jay was like, "Brah, everyone knows that."
Why
And
am I
then the
doing a
amount of people
podcast
who
with
were
you?
like, "I didn't know that." Like that, if you hold the spacebar down on your iPhone keyboard, it becomes a mouse.
a lot of people said to me as well, they didn't know about the not interested button on TikTok.
Yes.
And if you click the 3 dots on Instagram, you can say not interested as well.
Yeah, and also
Curate your feed.
yes, and also that's handy for people who, like, I actually put it up on my profile. The algorithm didn't favour it because it was a lot of text, but it's basically a guide for children who
Oh, I saw your thing.
who are using social media right now and being exposed to like war related content. So it's actually a really good guide. I didn't the content is not my original content. It's from an article that I read, and I just curated it into a social media post, so it's easier to digest for parents, because it's actually really hard to find that article organically. So it's literally like all the tips from social care workers, people who like experts who work with parents, and it's good advice for like for you and your child, and like how to deal with them, like scrolling through social media right now, how to prepare them for what they're going to see, how to talk about the content that they've already seen, like because there's a lot, like TikTok is a dark place right now, especially, so like your kids could be exposed to content that will disturb them or will make them feel uncomfortable. And if they're not really supposed to be on that side of TikTok, they're not going to talk to you about it. So, yeah, so just, I suppose, you know, there is material there if you are a parent and you do have kids of a certain age who are using TikTok or YouTube or any social media platform.
Yeah.
Because they've probably seen content that is disturbing
Even
for
Reddit.
them and unsettling.
Reddit is very dark at the moment, but obviously.
Yeah, so just be mindful of
Yeah.
that.
Scary stuff out there. Instagram launches automated captions for feed videos, which is handy. It will appear in a little box like it does on TikTok.
Yeah.
I can't find them anywhere on my TikTok. Is that a plugin somewhere? I can't find captions. Yeah.
Oh.
Cannot find them anywhere.
Well, I know you could add them to your video and then upload it.
Fuck that.
But it's captions are basically
The little one, the little box with the words that come above the what am I trying to say here? The bio of the fucking.
But you can turn them on or off.
Why can't I speak? I can't see them. I can't get the option to see them.
Oh.
I don't know where. Yeah, look,
Let's have a look. When
let's have a look.
Let's discuss this offline.
Let's discuss this offline, off air. And then the other thing I saw this week was Instagram rolls out the convert to reels from your highlights.
Yeah, we talked about that weeks
Ages
ago.
Yeah, but it's only kind of rolled out recently, so get off my back, Muriel.
I'm saying that we had it. We heard it here first, okay? You heard it here first.
It's great. It's fine.
But you know what? It's actually handy for people who, like, because it edits your. Have you tested it?
Yeah,
It edits your highlights to music.
Yeah.
So
if you put the music in, it will go to the beats. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like for
It's class.
people who are like terrible at content creation.
Travel creators, all that kind of stuff.
or even people who struggle with like coming up with edits for reels or ideas. Just create a highlight, and then like from your archive in your stories, create a temporary highlight, and then just start reels that way.
Yeah.
Like I actually quite liked it. When I saw it, I was like, I liked it. Also, the sound effects for reels. I know we spoke about that a few weeks ago, but I'm having a lot of fun with them.
You'd love that.
I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of weak for that now. And also imported audio for Instagram
Yes,
Reels.
very cool.
Handy for like that. Like a lot of people,
Very cool.
when they create their Reels and they're like, I need to find this sound that
Is there any
trending
threat
on
of copyright?
TikTok. Well, okay, that's the thing. So like obviously you're not going to import like if your audio exists on Spotify,
Yeah.
great. But if you're pulling an audio or a sound from TikTok that's like a trending sound or a trending
you won't get
voiceover,
pull on that.
you won't. But it's just because like it's one of the things. I actually have 1 or 2 clients, and my job for them is to find audios for them. So they'll be like, what's this one? Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da. And like they'll send me like a voice order. They'll be like, right, here's what I need. And they'll be like, what's this one where like it goes like pa-ching, pa-chung, bang. And I'm like, got you. And then I'll find the audio, like take convert it to MP4, send it on to them so they can import that. So it's so handy now that you don't have to use the external apps for that anymore, that you can actually import them directly into Reels, and then bada bing, bada boom, shapow.
Bada bing. Backdrop for reels.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm literally on your posters going through.
That's so, you know, the way obviously you can do green screen and then you can upload media in your background.
These are already there.
but they're really good quality. Like the backdrop, so it's an effect on reels. If you go to create a reel, go to effects, go to search for backdrop, and it's in there, and there's loads of different options. There's like a coffee shop, there's like loads of different ones.
The kind of most used ones you'd see on
Yeah,
stuff.
and like they're really like high quality. So if you are using them, though, still have some sort of a plain background behind you, like wherever you're recording them, so that it doesn't pick up on the little bitty bits behind you, that it's like plain, so that the backdrop will be like fully HD.
Yeah. Notification filters.
Yeah.
Sound effects reels.
They're like, so notification filters are basically like you can filter them. You know the way on Twitter where you can filter by mentions
Yeah, I
or
have
by
that as
all?
well, yeah.
So like this one is kind of similar where it's like filtering by comments or filtering. Because, you know, when you get a blast of likes on something and you actually can miss notifications in between that blast of likes of like comments or people tagging you in things, that you can actually filter them now by like comments. You can also filter if like a verified account has like interacted with your content. So again, it's kind of self-explanatory, but at the same time, it's handy if you do get a lot of notifications that you don't miss out.
They're so damn pops.
So damn pops.
So, and I've hidden words for DMs.
Yeah, because there's a lot of that feckin'...
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of spammy crap coming in my inbox again.
Big time.
Bastards.
You've won an iPhone 13.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the 7th one. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I can't. And the thing is, like, if you accept these, then they have access to, like, contact you again. Like, if you move them into your actual... If you move them out of your request and into your inbox, then you're giving them power to, like, contact you.
Ugh.
We don't need that in
Block,
our lives. So
delete
block, block, block,
immediately.
block.
So exactly, you block it immediately.
Delete it. Yeah, but using hidden words like one, you could even like block things like or I can't even think of words now because my brain. But it's basically like using hidden words like anything that's like spammy, anything that's just like, you know, there's like specific words that they'll use. I mean, if you want to like get rid of congratulations or like misspelt words or like that iPhone, you know.
Do you know the latest one as well is mentioned you in a comment and you see it and you're like, and you click it and it's like, sorry, I had to get your attention. You're like, you piece of shit.
Yeah, and also the like, I don't know why these things are still going around, but like, I can see how they catch people out. So I'm getting DMs every so often from people that are like, I made this just for you. Or like, check out this video I just made from your
it took
profile.
me 3 hours.
Yeah. And like, some of the accounts, now there's people who are sending them to me and I'm like, oh my God, have you not realised your account's hacked yet? But other people, I'm like, if I was in content creation or if I was a marketing manager and my page got hacked, touch all the woods. If my page got hacked, then, and I was sending people material saying, hey, I just made this for you, they'd probably be like, oh, cheers.
Sorry.
Sound, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway, so just be careful. Don't click on anything, like ever.
No,
like ever.
Ever.
Yeah. I'm really proud of my parents, though, because they are so good at being like, that's spam. That's, I'm deleting them. I'm blocking them. I'm doing this, whatever. They're very, very
I
good.
still get a text now and then. Jay, what's this? Is this spam or is it? I'm like, yeah, it's spam.
Yeah, like everything. And I love it because like they're so on it. They're better than I am sometimes, and I'm like, oh damn, good spot.
Speaking of being on it,
on it like a car bonnet.
we got a package this morning in Republic of Work sent to us all the way from Clonakilty.
Guilty.
You can read the note there for yourself, lady.
I'm so excited because I didn't really get a proper look at this. So
Either way.
the note says, interesting. Jay and Muriel, thank you for all the great content so far. Love you, Colin. Here's a mustache wax for you, Jay, and one for your dad to Muriel. Yes. So Colin wants our thoughts on the colour and the scent. So let's have a chat about it.
Mustache
Thanks, Colin.
wax. Thanks, Colin. West Cork Beer Company.ie.
ASMR.
Scotch pine and eucalyptus. You son of a bitch.
Oh, he knows
Right.
we love our eucalyptus. Okay, wait,
Straight
I
out
need
the
to open the
gate.
box.
Oh my God. You and your damn ASMR.
ASMR. Wait, let me do a little tappy tap on the thing for ASMR.
Beat you. So,
Oh!
I like the pink.
Sorry. Oh, wow.
I like the pink.
That's like my pink.
Yeah, it is.
That's my pink.
What I'll do is I'll pop that here so YouTube can see it. There you go. If you're watching on YouTube.
Okay, yes, I am weak.
Oh
for
no,
the
I shouldn't have
colour.
done that. I have to edit that bit out
Why?
because we're on embargo till Wednesday.
And just
We
don't
can talk
launch the
about
YouTube
it.
video until Wednesday.
Mm,
Well, no, we can talk about it. We just can't show it.
I know. That's what I'm saying, Muriel. This
sorry,
is
Colin.
launching on Wednesday. Yeah, sorry, Colin. This is launching on Wednesday. Check it out, West Cork Beer Company. This will fly out the gate. So just
It absolutely will.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever Colin says that there's a new launch of a product, or whenever he's like new stock, it's like pachang.
let's smell it
Now it's out of stock.
together.
Okay, are we doing it? Oh, that is. Do you know what? It's actually nice because it's not overpowering.
So subtle, yeah. The
it's
eucalyptus
really
is
fresh or
class.
something. It's kind of sweet,
The eucalyptus is class. I love the Scotch
and
Queen.
especially having eucalyptus like right under your nose.
He said it's very important to learn how to apply this. So go to his YouTube channel and check it out. He has a video discussing, because obviously it's such a small area. You have to do it right.
Yeah, interesting, because even in the directions it says you kind of have to heat it in your pocket, so you can't just like apply it from like straight away from the thing. But yeah, definitely Colin's YouTube is fire. I know I keep talking about his YouTube channel,
know.
but the like West Cork Beer Company on YouTube, lads, his videos are so good. But if you are buying this, even if you're buying it for your significant other and maybe you're aware that they may not go to YouTube straight away and lob it straight on their face, maybe give the old video a look first, so that when you do give it to them, that you can be like, okay honey, this is how you do it. I am weak for this because like my dad's mustache is fire, but it does need a little bit of a taming every now and then. Do you know, that kind of way?
You need to calm down, Dad.
You can't calm
You're
down.
getting too big for your boots.
I love eucalyptus. Like, it's actually, so beeswax is like beeswax, coconut oil, shea butter, argan oil. Oh,
Scotch pine oil.
it's so nice. It's like, oh, it's like I'm getting that Scotch pine, but then I'm
It's
getting
good.
that eucalyptus.
Imagine I'm going to have this under my nose
You are,
all the time.
yeah. No,
Colin, thank you so much for sending that up.
Colin, I'm weak for this, and I feel like it would last ages, because anything that's kind of wax or
Absolutely, yeah.
oil based, you don't need that much. But look, Colin is the expert, so head to his YouTube channel, West Cork Beer Company, and this will be out on Wednesday. So we will be launching the podcast before Wednesday, but we'll be launching the clips right now.
Yeah, a visual embargo till Wednesday. Other than that, we can speak about it.
We can speak about it, yes, but I love it, because you know I love my things, like
You do.
and yeah, you can sculpt your mustache as well. So like, you know, yeah,
I'm not going to have
if
a
you've
dastardly, am I?
you've a little bit of like a little handlebar
definitely
stitch. Do you know what, actually, Jay? Right, speaking of hair on faces, that's such a weird segue. But do you know when you drive in your car, right, and you drive past people in their cars. And like a lot of people, when they're in their cars, I feel like they don't realise that other people can see them. And the amount of people who like pick their nose, or like look at themselves weirdly in the mirror, or like
They don't care
do
as
the
well.
weirdest crap in their car. So I was passing a man today, and he was brushing his beard with a beard brush. And I was like, that's so classy.
It was. Now you say it, it is classy.
It's so
I was gonna say,
classy.
Yeah.
I was actually like,
It's like if you saw a woman brushing her hair in the car, you're like, oh, okay.
he was kind of, it was like that kind of morning traffic. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. We were all in the city, so we're kind of crawling. So he wasn't like unsafely brushing his beard, but like he looked, it elevated how he looked for me.
Yeah.
So I looked at him and I was like, that's so classy. Like, it's so classy.
Was he a good looking fella?
Like, I suppose he was, because he was brushing his beard and it looked classy. I don't know what it was. It was like, it just, so men.
Thanks for stopping by. Ron Burgundy.
Day classy.
Say classy. Say classy. It's Ron Burgundy, say classy.
I was thinking more of The Office, where Jim wears his suit and then Michael Scott's just keep looking at him being like, yeah, that's classy.
The tux, is it?
Would that be classy? And like Dwight's actually like,
So classy.
Jim's saying the same as me. But no, so so if you are like a man and you just, I don't know, you just want to elevate how you look, or you just want to,
Interesting.
give that perception to others, because like
We have the bear brush here as well.
I was really, yeah, we do have the Colin actually has beard brushes, but I was just like, that's really impressive, or it just made him hot or something. I don't know what it was.
There you
So
go.
yeah, single men, like,
There
if
you
you're
go.
out there and you want to maybe
If
have
you're in public in your car, just brush your beard,
Or
and then
just-
some girl's going to crack onto you.
do you know what? It's just a look, I think, of
Yeah,
a man just like
take care of
literally
himself.
just taking care of himself,
Sorry.
like using his beard brush and like being just proud about it. Oh yeah, just had to bring that in because I was like, that was
Shout out to
impressive.
Apple for their speakers, man. Shout out to Apple for their speakers.
Yeah, Jay, your laptop is literally like
It's pretty good.
I am actually impressed with the sound out of it, to be fair.
Yeah,
It's
class.
very, very clear.
Soup's good.
Soup's good.
Good news story I saw I wanted to share, which I loved. Obviously, with the shit that's going on in the Ukraine, it's disgusting. And I discuss it every day. I see the headlines and stuff. But a trend kicked off on, I don't know, was it Reddit or Twitter?
Seen it.
Yeah, I love it. So what people are doing, the way people are supporting is they're sending money directly to people by renting out the Airbnb rooms that people have in Ukraine. So they're booking them for nights and separate. It's just amazing. Yeah. And then they're responding back to people commenting, the host saying, "Oh my God, thank you so much." Yeah. You have no idea what this means to us. It was just an amazing, amazing thing, and I loved that it came from social. Again, that just shows how good social media can be. Yeah. Obviously, along with the bad, but. It really kind of warmed my heart. I was like, that is such a good move, and it's so direct. That's into the person's bank account. Yeah, that's not like, obviously charities is amazing, and UNICEF and I see, but like once you give that money, you kind of, that's it. You don't know where it's going. You don't know where it's going even. You know it's going to UNICEF, but you don't know where it's going to be spent on stuff.
But I know what you mean about the Airbnb.
Yeah, you know exactly it's going to that person's pocket, and it's going to help them.
Yeah, and it's not even like you're renting out an entire place. It's that you're going room in a house, you know, and like you're just, you know, virtually spending 5 nights there or whatever it is. But I have seen, to be fair, I've seen a lot of amazing businesses stepping up to support the Ukraine. And like, you know, people being like, we're going to like do a free workshop, or not a free workshop, but it's going to be donations only, or proceeds of this will go to the Ukraine. And it's great to see like everyone, like that's the thing, it's the power of social media as well. So like, yes, you know, last week we were quite heavy in terms of like the bad side of social media, which is the online bullying, the negativity. But then like out of something negative comes something positive. So like with everything that's happening in the Ukraine, like social media is helping like raise money, raise awareness, get supplies to people who need it. And it's like small businesses are, you know, being so creative in terms of how they can help the Ukraine, and people are pooling together and helping. And it is honestly, it's so good. And like, I just think like that, you know, if you are supporting, just make sure that you are choosing people who are donating directly, you know, that they're seeing like that it is going to directly helping them. So do your research before you make your donation. But yeah, it's a scary thing, but at the same time, like seeing people really helping out and just getting together is amazing through social media. So thanks, social media, for that.
Thank you, social media.
Yes. So at Republic of Work, it's 4 week contracts for an office space here, isn't it?
For desk space or workspace up here. They
have offices downstairs.
Exactly, yeah. Sorry, desk space, exactly. So it's 4 weeks working space in the middle of Cork City on the South Mall. Again, I got more business this week out of just being a member here. Another member asked me to help them, and it's turned to a working relationship. Yeah. It's very good to be here, I think.
See, that's the thing. I don't know, do we talk enough about the community aspect here? Because like there's so many different types of businesses and freelancers and everything that work here that like you could find clients, suppliers, partners
in the one place
under one roof, and they have like little mixers and stuff like that. There's actually Shauna Doyle is doing a mixer next week.
Oh, I saw that. For
next week is International Women's Day. Yeah. So Shauna Doyle is doing a mixer in Republic of Work on the Tuesday. It's kind of like a networking event, lunch kind of a thing. So I think there's some tickets that are probably still available. So do check that out. I'll be airborne.
Miami.
I'll be airborne on International Women's Day, but the podcast with Republic of Work that I did with Riley is coming out on International Women's Day as well. So
did you see their ad? It was brilliant.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It was so good.
They're fire. Like,
check out their Instagram. They have a new ad out. Obviously, they work with 5 to 8 a lot. Do they? Or
no? I think this one was.
Oh, it's a Dublin company as well. Sorry.
I want to say Horizon or something like that.
That's the name, I think it is. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But no, their marketing is always fantastic. And I did mention that on the podcast. I was like, your social media, I love it. I love it.
The 3 girls, that's who they are. Like, and that's the kind of tone they put out. So
that's the thing. Their banter. They're serious businesswomen, but they love to have the crack, like. So, and they get like, they just remove that stigma when it comes to like talking about your period, talking about period products, educating women. Like, the barriers are broken now, which is fantastic. And I'm like, yeah, do it. Because like, I want like girls growing up now to not be ashamed or not be afraid of talking about it or like hiding away. They're like, yeah, it is that time. Give me some chocolate. I'm in a bad mood. Now you know why. So yeah, it's mad. Yeah.
Guys,
But
thank
anyway.
you for listening. We appreciate the support and the time. Support the show by supporting our sponsors. Our podcasts are running longer and longer. I love it.
I know.
The listeners are like, shut up.
No, but like now you've gotten to work, or now you've arrived at your destination, or now you're almost at your destination, or you're a bit closer.
welcome.
Maybe you're still sitting in your car because you're still
Yeah.
waiting for this podcast to end so you can go about your day. Whatever it is, enjoy, and thanks for listening. Bye.